Hey friends, quick little review on our integer multiplication and division. I think this one's easier to grasp than the adding and subtracting, so hopefully we can get through this pretty quickly. Let's just remember the rules. I'm going to write them in the multiplication form because the division form looks like hieroglyphics. So just remember a positive times a positive is positive. A negative times a negative. Remember, negative times a negative, they come together and they found love. Yay! So that's also positive. A negative times a positive is negative, and a positive times a negative equals negative. Just remember, if you have an even number of negatives, the answer is positive. If you have an odd number of negatives, the answer is negative. So let's do a few practice problems just to remind you what all these look like, and then we'll be off on our practicing, okay? Number 1, 2 times negative 4. Okay, first of all, we only have one negative, which means the answer is negative, and 2 times 4 is 8. Ta-da! Number 2, negative 9 times 7. Well, here again, we have only one negative, which means the answer is going to be negative, and 9 times 7 is 63. Number 3, 12 over negative 2. Now remember, division is written in fractions in algebra. So this means 12 divided by negative 2. Here again, we only have one negative, so the answer is going to be negative, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. Number 4, we've got negative 56 divided by negative 7. All right, so on this one, we've got two negatives. Two negatives come together, make a positive, yay! And so it's going to be positive, and 56 divided by 7 is 8. Number 5, negative 8 times negative 10. That one's pretty fun. Again, we've got a negative times a negative, which makes it positive, and 8 times 10 is 80. Number 6. Let's see, 7 times negative 3. Okay, we only have one negative, so the answer is negative, and 7 times 3 is 21. Okay, for the next problems, we're going to do some evaluating. We're going to practice that. So evaluate if, when, sure, x equals negative 3. So this is going to be for the last 4 problems. Y equals 8, and z equals negative 4. Okay, so we're going to use that information for the next 5 problems. Okay, so number 7 is going to be xz. Okay, remember, oh, this is going well. Remember, when two letters are right next to each other with nothing in between, that means multiply. So we're going to put our numbers in, and they're going to be multiplied together. So x is negative 3, and z is negative 4. So I'm going to do negative 3. I have to be careful when I say one number and try to write another one. Times negative 4. So we've got a negative times a negative, which makes it positive, and 3 times 4 is 12. Number 8, negative 8 divided by y. So like I said, this is probably the last times we'll get to actually use that divide sign. So let's put in our 8 in for y, and we get negative 8 divided by 8. Okay, we only have one negative, so the answer is going to be negative, and 8 divided by 8 is 1. Number 9, yz. So again, this means y times z. So we're going to put in the numbers. Y is 8. Z is negative 4. So 8 times negative 4. There's only one negative, so the answer is negative. And 8 times 4 is 32. Number 10, 7y. So here again, just like when you have two variables next to each other, if you have a number and a variable next to each other, it still means multiply. So if we put in the number for y, it becomes 7 times 8. And we've got a positive times a positive, which is positive. 7 times 8 is 56. And our last one, 3 times z, or 3z. So we're going to put the number in for z. This becomes, I don't know where that came from, 7. It's been a long day. 3 times -4. Okay, so we only have one negative, so the answer is negative, and 3 times 4 is 12. So hopefully that was a good quick review of our multiplication and division rules. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. Bye.